Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Kal Halal, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechaha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone GMS, who rule well, who teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Bayath Ashar Dawadah, which is the house of David, the tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of this earth. Abaratazah, Father willing, this lesson is edifying. So I've got an article, as you can see, from militani.com. This was put up on June the 10th, 2025. Okay, you can see the headline. It says, Russia demands explanations on JJ Patriot supply to Ukraine. Before we go further, let's get the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. Start at verse 18, and it reads, And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog, which is Russia, shall come against the land of Israel, saith the Lord Power, whose name is Yahweh, that my fury shall come up in my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. That's right, man. Okay. Russia, aka Gog, demands explanation from the small hats. Patriot supply to the Ukraine. So this is exciting news for us believers, man, because the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, is creating that division between those 1948ers and Russia, the bear. You see, biblical prophecy must come to, fruition, man. And that land of Israel, that land has to be cleansed. It must be cleansed. It's filthy, it's defiled, it's corrupt. It's full of evil doing. Okay? Bear freaks and weirdos over there. Pink City. All sorts of different religious temples of worship like mosques and synagogues and the Harlot House Christian Church. Okay? It's corrupt. Okay? In fact, let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 21. And these are the words of Yahushua. It's in red, okay? And verse 24. And it reads, And the they is referring to the Israelites, more specifically, Yehoiada, Lawyer, Wa Banyamyan, alright, Southern Kingdom, because they were the majority in Judea, alright, or Yehoiadiah, okay? And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and they shall be led away captive into all nations. Okay? Judea fell in 70 AD under the Roman Empire, and they went into captivity, and that's, when we were scattered. Alright, we haven't been in our homeland ever since, as a complete nation. Right? And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay? So these small hats, these 1948ers cannot be the Lord's chosen people. Right? They're Gentiles, they're heathens. Okay? Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 5, we'll read this in the New King James Version. And it reads, Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Power, surely I have spoken in my burning jealousy against the rest of the nations and against all Edom, who gave my land to themselves as a possession, with wholehearted joy and spiteful minds, in order to plunder its open country. Idumea, right, is the Greek way of saying Edom, okay, who today is the so-called self-proclaimed Whiteman, okay. These imposters, these Amalekites, dwell in our homeland, man. Go to the article. Russia has demanded clarification on the transfer of JJ Patriot anti-aircraft systems to Ukraine. The small hat Ministry of Foreign Affairs denies the fact of delivery. Yeah, they would. Okay. These devils, man, deny everything. Right? It's typical of them. Right? They even deny for many years that they stole America's nuclear technology and they, started building it. Right? And, and then started building it. They also denied their attack on the US, liberty. All right? For many years until they couldn't, hide it anymore because there were, sailors that survived, the US liberty. Okay? All right? So, yeah. This was reported by the JJ Media outlet. Ynet, citing the response of the Foreign Ministry of Israel. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the statements of JJ Ambassador to Ukraine Mikhail Brodsky, according to which Israel had transferred Patriot systems to Kiev, were incorrect. According to the newspaper, Russia demanded clarification from the JJs on this report, which led to the JJ's denial. Small Hats de Jeu may indeed not have transferred its anti-aircraft systems directly at the beginning of the year. Axios reported that the country had sent decommissioned air defense systems to the United States and that the JJ side allegedly did not know their fate. You see, these 1948 secretly attempted to, even what did it do again? When it comes to, when it comes to, that attack on the Liberty, they attempted to, pay them off, but they kept on being vocal saying, no, this was done on purpose and things like that. So he's going down. He's being found out. They can't hide it anymore, man. Right? Really, it's the JJs that attack them. You see? Alright? The publication also wrote, citing a high-ranking Small Hat official, that the Small Hats had informed Russia in advance of this step and emphasized that it was, open quote, only returning the Patriot system to the United States, end quote, and that it was not an arms supply to Israel. Okay. JJ Patriot, in his interview, Ambassador Mikhail explained that these are Patriot PAC-2 anti-aircraft systems that the Small Hats received from the United States in the early 1990s. The country's Air Force began decommissioning Patriot systems at the end of April last year, 2024, replacing them with more modern systems. Accordingly, at the time of decommissioning, a significant portion of the life of the old systems had been used up without further medium or major repairs. It was expected that the Small Hat systems could have been repaired and modernized in the United States at the manufacturer's facilities, but this was not publicly reported. The number of systems that could be transferred to the United States is also unknown. In the conversation, Brodsky spoke of systems in the plural. According to the registry of the Stockholm Institute of Peace Research, which studies the arms market and exports in the world from 1990 to 2013, the country received 7 batteries, with an unknown number of launches from the United States and Germany. Yeah, so there you have it, man. Okay. And I'll put the link to this article in the description box beneath. Okay. So yeah, man, you're going down. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 44, and it reads, Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong, but I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man, that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? And who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Right, talking about Yahushai. You see, this is the will of Yahweh, Yahushai, man. Okay. Here's the point, verse 45, and it reads, Therefore hear you the counsel of Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock, right, the Small Hats, shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. You see? So, again, this is the Most High's counsel, man. Alright? Okay, modern day Babylon is America. Alright? So, yes, the Lord's counsel, it's his will, it's his purpose, okay? And there's no plan nor counsel, against the Lord. It says that in the book of Proverbs. Alright? Let's go into the Hebrew word for least. And it's Strong's H6810 concordance number, Ta-Za-I-R, alright? Little, insignificant, young, little, insignificant, insignificant, mean. Oh yeah, they're definitely mean, alright? Yeah, so the Lord says you Small Hats are insignificant, alright? And the Lord did say that war with Amalek from generation to generation will happen, okay? Don't forget that May 14th, 1948 was when the statehood of the JJs was established, as a nation, when you look into it. Alright? So, and also a lot of evil doing led up to the, to the nation being established at that point as well. Okay? There was the, is it Ein al-Zetun, if I'm pronouncing it right? Ein, space AL space ZEITUN. All right. Ian Al Zatun massacre. All right. Bare Arabs were slaughtered. Of course, the Arabs are our enemies, so I don't mind. All right, but you know the atrocities that they've done. Okay. And the small hats even blew up the King David Hotel, deleting foreign nationals, man. What's up with that? See, you small hats are the original T error. My wrist, okay? And these plantation Christians always come to the defense of these 1948s, man. Alright? Alright, and Russia is turning up, man. The Most High is behind it all. So it's all spiritual. Okay? It's all spiritual. Verse 46, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved and the cry is heard among the nations. Okay? This is pertaining to Babylon the Great America. E is associated with Babylon. Okay? America's modern day Bosra. That was a chief capital city in Edom. Okay? So yeah, they're synonymous with one another. Plain as day. See, E in America, that's their headquarters for wickedness and for their power. So they're together. That's where the lake of fire will be at. Okay? And also the small hats are also secretly assisting the Ukraine too. You see? So everything's coming out. Can't hide themselves no more. Alright? So I'll link this article in the description box beneath, and I think that's all. Yeah. Let's leave that there for now. So Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. In closing, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Recha Kodash. Alright, Abad Babal. Lord willing, I'll see you on the next show.